So you, like many others, wish to embark on a journey to making better gear like your favorite pro players. I've been studying top-level Splatoon players for years now, and I've learned exactly what they run and why they're running it. If you're interested in learning why so much gear is built the way that it is, then this is the right video for you. My name is Solid Alias, and this is 5 gear abilities you should be using on your builds. Starting off simple, we have ink resistance. Anyone who's anyone is running at least a little bit of this. Nobody is just letting their crocs get scuffed in the mud. The reason why ink resistance is so valuable is how little of it you need. For just 1 to 2 subs, depending on your preference, you can get increased movement speed in enemy ink, more time to touch enemy ink before it affects you, and the ink itself will do less damage to you overall. Ink resistance is a perk that once you start noticing the small effects of it in so many interactions, you won't play without some of it on your gear. It's just that valuable. It also pairs greatly with our next perk, sub-resistance. Sub-resistance is essential in today's meta. Chip damage is prevalent, and any way to mitigate that is incredibly valuable. Carbon roller players may find it especially useful since it makes the tracking subs track you for less time, allowing for easier and more consistent charts. But every weapon and roll gets value from being harder to chip out. 1 to 2 subs gives more than enough protection against bomb spam, ruining kill breakpoints for things like Splatoon, Burst Bomb, Snipe Rider, and more. The perks we're talking about today are all really good at mitigating and managing risk, while simultaneously making the game experience smooth. Another example of this is Sub-Saver. Even pro players like Dude or Chara die, but they still push out plenty of specials per game. Just 1 sub of Special Saver saves you an absurd amount of special charge on your death. I'm genuinely surprised this hasn't been nerfed between games because the amount of value you get from one is just fiendish. This sub is great at making your mistakes less punishing, allowing you to output far more specials per game in the event things go wrong. I can't stress enough just how valuable this perk is. Just play a few games with 1 sub on it and watch your special output skyrocket. Just like this video is skyrocketing your chances of subscribing, a little quick super jump will shoot your survival chances to the moon. QSJ is a notoriously efficient perk, cutting the time it takes you to jump out safely by 1/3 just by wearing a sub. Many players struggle already with quickly recognizing when a situation is bad news and cutting their losses with a QSJ. This perk makes it so that not only is hesitation less punishing, but it will save players who are quick-witted into less deaths even more. The better a player you are, the more value you'll get from this. To get the full value from this, make sure you're buffering your super jumps, which will make your escapes even faster. Last but certainly not least is ink recovery. If you aren't consuming ink in this game, you're recovering. Ink recovery stat-wise doesn't look like it's giving a lot for a single sub, but consider literally every instance of downtime you'll be having throughout a match and how much overall ink you'll be saving yourself. You can go entire matches without feeling like you need to recover your ink because ink recovery just makes your natural smooth gameplay smoother. If you already have good ink management, ink recovery basically makes you have infinite uptime. You don't have to consciously think about it. It naturally improves your play just by being a part of your gear. The culmination of what I've listed out here is that these perks help with consistency. In one way or another, these perks affect the game states that are going to play out many times throughout a session and individual games. If you want more details on these, Dude has a great Splatoon 2 video about this exact topic. I wanted to both summarize and modernize the information. So if this was helpful or enjoyable to you, be sure to leave a like or save this video for a watch. Or subscribe to see more content just like this. If you want to see how to apply this gear to carrying your matches, watch the video right here.